So I'm back again on my V6 Coupe. That's I want to believe that's the actual pronunciation. So that's the first 7 Coupe manual. So today there's a work that I want to do, which I actually started last night. So now for a while I've been noticing maybe every once a week or twice the coolant level will drop here. So I couldn't find where I was looking for. I checked, didn't see. So it was remember sometime last year I talked about replacing when I replaced my AC compressor. So it was doing when I was replacing it, because at a point, in fact, I was not mixing water and coolant, because the shortage it wasn't that much, but I could tell. Once a week I will have to top up close to a liter or half a liter. So I started mixing it with water, pending when I can find the leakage. So the day I replaced the alternator, because it was a coolant there, so of course we have to remove that metal protector under the engine bay. So while I was under it, I now saw coolant was just dropping, pump, directly from the engine oil heat exchanger, what we call oil cooler. So it was from there, it was just dropping. So what now happened was I said okay, it was looking for one of the pipe out, either the input or output pipe, one of them. I will show you guys. So I said okay, I don't know, probably I will have to find a way to fix that leak rather than replacing it. I've heard stories of people that made an attempt to remove and put it back, and then oil keep leaking from there. So I decided not to go that route, even though it can still be done, but let me try to use a glue to see if I can seal it up. So earlier this month, so I made an attempt, got a glue, apply it around the place I saw it dropping, and what now happened was the next day. Remember, before it take about 5 days or a week for the coolant level to drop. Most I will even drop up to half a liter on that reservoir, but this time around, the very next morning was empty. I thought it was a joke. I was like, what happened? So filled it up. So I now realized that almost every day, if I drive it the whole of the day, the water level will stay high, normal, but by the next morning it will go down, almost like completely. I won't see anything on the reservoir anymore. So I went back and checked again, and I saw, in fact, it now increased the speed of leakage from there. Even though I didn't even remove anything, so I was okay, I'll have to deal with it. So yesterday I tried to remove the hoses, the 2 hoses on it, and what I decided to do now was to block those hoses. I can do without those that heat exchanger for the engine. My Z9 V6 doesn't even have that, so it's not compulsory that the engine must use it. It's optional. Even though I came with it, but it's not a must. So I decided not even bother to change it. So what I did was 2 options. So I went today after close of work and had this got a pipe, matched pipe for the hose, and I did 2 things. First was to block each of the hoses, to block each one. So the first one was, you can see these 2 pipes, so they welded it here on both ends. Then of course these are the clamp I'm going to use. Now this one too, I did it in such a way. This is the pipe I used that they welded and blocked one part. So one opening. So now this might be like a permanent solution, like that. What I mean is I cross it so that bypass the reservoir. No, there's heat exchanger with this, so that the fuel can still be passing, but not to the reservoir. But the position of those two hoses there, if I have to put this one, it might be very difficult. It will make the hose to kind of squeeze, so it will restrict the fluid passing it. It can actually cause overheating. I don't know, we'll look at it. So that's why I decided that I think this might be a better option. So let me show you. Let me go on and show you guys. For those who don't know what this you can change it looks like. Okay. Okay. So this is it. You can see the oil filter. So you can see this is the heat exchanger or the oil cooler. So in fact, one of the hoses, this one downside was easy to remove, but this one here, the clamp on it, they positioned it up, so there was no way I could reach that clamp to remove it from down here. So even I removed the oil filter last night, and still I couldn't get my tool on top of the pipe to remove the clamp. I mean, to do it, it means I likely will have to remove the radiator, you know. I was like, I mean, it's not like I intend to use the clamp, you know, a heat exchanger anymore. So what I did was I cut it off the hose. You can see part of the hose is still attached on the pipe, on the heat exchanger. So now if I were to put a pipe that will bypass, join here and here, so that the fuel will be coming from this hose to this one directly, it will be difficult, because you can see it will be difficult to, I mean, I have to force it to turn it this way, so that it will make it more difficult. So what I decided was to block each end. So you can see, so if I use this, hopefully it will not leak. Though the guy did a leak test after welding it, you know, he wouldn't really know. So I have to find a way to squeeze it squeeze it in, so that once it enters, then I'll use the clamp and hold it here. Likewise, this one, you know, I believe I can be able to put it inside, because I actually tried it, though it was a little bit tight yesterday, and I actually wanted it to be tight, so that it won't just be the clamp that will cover and block any drop of water from here, so that even if there will be a leakage, it will be from here. Originally, I thought I could get a big bolt that can be able to enter there and then clamp it, but it didn't work. So which in this case I won't be using this one. Yeah, this one that you know, there's no point for it. So what I'm going to do now is, this thing seems a little bit dirty, so I'm going to wash them with two of those welded pipe, and use this clamp, and with my plier, two buses here. So use my plier, see if I can put this tool into the hoses and then clamp. Then I'm going to run with water first, For the first few kilometers, I'll use the car. Some kilometers, probably about 100 kilometers or so. If I don't see any leakage, no more this thing, especially from here, then I can now go for coolant. After doing this one, I actually intend to change the engine oil. The last time I changed it was 20. Not enough. It's actually today, 26th of January 2023. So today makes it exactly 12 months I changed this oil. So the old oil now is about 12 months, so I'm removing it. So this is the one I'll be using. Of course, this is the OEL filter 1109 AL. And this Mobi Super 3000 5W40 fully synthetic. Remember, it's a Super 3000 S1. That is one of the recommended oil for this engine. Peugeot recommended, not just me saying that. Because this is B712296. So that's the equivalent of total was 9000 5W40. So right now that oil is running on my 607 V6, which I put earlier this month. So far so good. Like I said, worst case scenario, my oil sales will fail. I'll deal with them. The one that will pay me is if it affects the one on the gearbox side. So you know how strenuous it can be to remove that one. But if it's the camshaft one, those ones, they are easily available. You can change them. Okay, so I'll get to work and then update. So okay, so I've wanted that those pipe. I consulted the see, as you can see. So mounted them, the two of them. Use a clamp to hold them, and so I've also poured water, filled up the cooling system, bleeded the system, and I've been waiting. It's about 10 minutes now. I haven't seen any sign of leakage here. No water. Likewise here, no water on the second one. So of course there's water by the side, you know, I just bleeded the whole point. So so let's see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the engine for two reasons. Number one, I need to heat up the system a little bit, not necessary to, the temperature doesn't really need to get too high, but at least to make it a little bit hot, so that if there's a problem, then it will show itself here. Then the second reason why I will start the car is I remember I want to change the engine oil, and I like changing oil that is changing engine oil when the engine is hot or at least warm. I don't like doing that when the engine is cold. If you do it when it's cold, some oil will be trapped, the old oil will be trapped. Of course not everything will come up, but at least I want majority of the old oil to be able to flow out. So that's why I'll need to warm up the engine before I drain. So I'm going to do that for two reasons, which I've already explained. So the bleeding, of course, you know, there are 4 bleeding points here. The first one is this one on the thermostat housing, followed by this second point here, and then the other one here, the hose that enter this heater matrix, and then the final one here. This one very, very dangerous. This knob has even broken, or screw has broken under. but luckily so far it's still gripping, but I know it's just a question of time. That's one thing I hate about 407 V6 radiator. Likewise Z9, that's phase 2607 V6 radiator. This is their major weak point. If you can get the screw, the one of 406 V6, yeah, it will serve. That one is better. I've never come across anyone that breaks. But this 407, even new one, I might buy a new radiator today, do it the first time. The second time we make an attempt to remove it, that will be the end. And it's enough. Trust me, this thing, just because of this broken screw, is enough to damage, not necessarily damage, for you to buy another radiator because of this. So if you're in the market looking for 407 V6 or 607 phase 2 V6 radiator, I will recommend you go for the metal radiator. The radiator that displays is plastic, metal. So that one has a different bleed point, not this type. So you are better off with that than this OEM. Okay. So I'm going to put back the, where did I keep it? The air filter box. This is down there. Put it back, and that's it. Now see, okay, I'll come back for it. So then I'll start the car. I run it for a while, and then see. Then by tomorrow I'll observe. Of course, it most likely may drop down a little, the level. So we'll see what will happen. Alright. So okay, I finished with everything, coupled it. I started the car. It ran for like 20 minutes. So let's see. It's almost dark now. Yeah, everything is dry in here. Those two hoses, everything I did just dry. So, yeah, so mission accomplished. You know, the engine is not that very hot, but I think that should do. So next thing now is to change the engine oil and carry it again. So I don't think there's any need to update. It's almost getting very dark now, but I'll finish the rest of the work with my torchlight. As you can see, the battery is actually weak. Probably may need to go and change it. I'll just probably use it to complete the work and change it. So that will be the end until next video. Okay, so I decided to just add additional updates. So yeah, I changed the engine oil. So I did the initialization, auto-adaptive on the ECU. So trying to relearn the ECU, the MTB, the throttle body, you know, with the ECU. So it's learning itself, which I actually did not do. I didn't do it when I changed ECU. Remember, I changed the engine ECU kit. So I decided to do it now. Since I've changed the engine oil, let me show you the old oil. This is the old oil. So the car is, I'm waiting for the car to come up on its own. What's remaining? I think about a liter or half a liter or something. I don't even know. So, using my PP2000 to, so I'm waiting for the pipe to come out and call it again. Oh yeah, this thing actually put on. Let me put it on. What's the okay, yeah, it's the fog lamp. Okay. Okay, so this one was off actually. So I found out that the connector was not properly fixed in. So two of them are on there. Okay, so the engine is running, they're very fine anyway. Okay, so need to switch off the, I don't need the fog lamp anyway. Okay. So, okay, I think that's all for today. So after the installation, I'll take it for 5 kilometer drive and then call it a day. See you next video.